Hello everybody, Apex here, the current developer for the upcoming Wild West role-playing game Frontier. I'm just making this video to go over the current systems, the physical layout of the map, and just to give a general idea of what we've come up with so far for Frontier. So we'll start off with the physical side of things, the current state of the map. I'm going to just mosey on over here now because the map is big enough that it can't actually be rendered all at the same time. As you can see, no, it's not happening. That sort of grassy field area is cut off. Now over here we have this big expanse that is currently filled with a whole lot of nothing. Eventually this will become the hub, if you will, the town center. Here there will be stables, gun shops, everything you'd find in your generic Wild West setting. At the moment, filled with literally just a well. I just kind of had a mental block, so I decided to build something for this area and came up with the idea of a well. So that's it's pretty much all that is in this area right now. So it will move on to this area. This sort of straight expanse here. It will be explained a bit more in the sort of custom lore of this area, if you will. As you can see, sort of these trenches at either side. I'll be sure to say more about this area when the game is finally released, and won't give anything away just yet. Moving on, we have this sort of canyon area, a hot spot for bandit ambushes because of the wealth of places to hide and the vulnerability from the higher ground. But unfortunately, being able to climb up upon these banks will be not an option, I'm afraid, in the final release, because it was decided that it would be too much work to create a sort of landscape to fill in this big empty void past these sand walls. So apologies for that, but you know, maybe we can work something out in the future. Now, moving on, we come to the main desert expanse, where we have essentially these two sections. We've got this square section that you have these land masses here, sort of mini caves and little hideouts. Currently shadows aren't enabled, just so it's easier to build, but turning that on, you'll see it gets pretty dark in here. Now we move over to what used to be known as the Roughlands, because building it with the train maker was a big hassle, so it usually resulted in a lot of bumps, if you will, in the terrain, which I decided to keep as a sort of aesthetic of the area, the Roughlands, but ultimately decided to smooth it out. As you can see, the remnants of what once was. But moving on, we have this cave that I have carved out. It's not done yet. There is a lot of interior still to be built, but as shown in the hideout before, it gets pretty damn dark in here. Don't worry though, you will have a lantern tool that allow you to light up the area and see around. So that's about it for the cave. Eventually I want to make a pickaxe tool where you can, you know, pretend to mine the rocks in the wall, or some gold or whatever will be added here eventually. Now we have this grassy area that for now is terribly transitioned. You can see the random bits of mud and how it just kind of jumps from sand to mud. I am thinking of different ways to make the transition a little more gradual, but for now that's what it is. But if we come up, we will see this grassy expanse that currently is also filled with nothing, except for this lake and waterfall. There is also currently nothing to be had under here, just expanses of mud and this pile of rocks under the waterfall. So that pretty much does it for the physical side, but in case you've been wondering what these little floating piles of sticks are, these are tumbleweeds, and the reason these are floating pretty high above the ground is they are unanchored, so they will fall to the ground. But the reason they are so high up is because they were mass copied and pasted over and over again over the entire map, and some of them were getting caught in the ground, so I just raised them up. By the time the player joins the game, these would have fallen to the ground anyway. But yeah, each of them is currently equipped with a body force that is randomized every second. That'll give them the effect of rolling around. So that pretty much does it for the physical side of Frontier. In the next video, I'll go over the scripts, the behind the scenes stuff that'll put this game together and make it what it will eventually become. So thank you for watching. I will see you later.